Hey guys, today I wanted to share with you my favorite momentum screener and how I use it to find stocks that usually run green for a few days in a row and can generate large profits. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to navigate over to Finviz. So this is what I use for screener. It's just a free screener and it goes really in depth, which is nice to have. So you're just going to go to finviz.com, land you on this home screen, navigate over to the screener, select all so you can get all the screener options. And we're just going to go through a few initial screeners here and select all of the EPS growth and sales growth positive. This is just going to give us some more narrowed down options once we put in more attributes that we want to find in these stocks. So once we have all these selected, we're going to go to the RSI. We're going to switch that to 60. What this is doing is it's going to find us stocks that a lot of people have interest in and are a little overbought, but they still have a lot of room to run, which is good. And we're going to go all-time high, 0 to 10% below the all-time high, average volume. We want average volume above 100K. We want the SMA 200-day. We want the price to be above that, and same with the 50. And one last thing, we're going to switch the relative volume to 1.5, which means it has more volume than what it usually does on average. And that's going to give us 7 stocks here to choose from, which is a solid amount of stocks. We don't want to generate, hundreds of stocks because then we have to sort through even more. So this is a pretty fair amount of stocks that we want to get from our screener here. So the first one being TPB. I'm going to explain to you guys why this screener is one of my favorites. So a little bit of a lesson on price action here. What happens more often than not is when stocks are up against their all-time high, we'll see them break out and sometimes bounce back off of it. But a lot of times stocks like to break through these all-time highs and go on historic runs. And that's when a lot of profits are made. A lot of people talk about resistance and how it hits resistance and bounces back. But a lot of the times when that happens, you mainly get chop, which is not what we want for momentum picks. So we want to look for stocks that are close to their all-time highs, resistance, and stocks that have a little bit of volume and they're going to break through and they're going to run. So TPB, we can see this one kind of already broke through. So it might be a little late to play this one, but we can see right here how it's still at the all-time highs. So based on your swing strategy or day trade strategy, this stock still could be a really good pick. And since it's up against all-time highs, there's a good chance that it'll keep running. Next we have THG. I'm only going to go through a couple of these just to explain to you guys how I use this screener. Same thing going on here. It's right up against these all-time highs. We can see the last few days have been pretty green, which have been helpful. Right here up against this resistance. So we're going to look for some volume to break through this, and then we're going to see most likely a nice little run here, a few green days in a row. That'll help you swing trade this or day trade this for some profit here. This is all these stocks are fitting the script pretty well here. ROL, this one's a little further from all-time highs here, but once it gets up here against this resistance and we see a breakthrough, that's when we're going to look to buy it so it can keep running. And we'll look at one more here. Same thing, up against all-time highs. We have a little bit of consolidation here, so all we're going to be looking for here is just a little bit consolidation, and then at some point it's going to break out and probably have a few green days in a row, and we'll be able to catch the momentum off the breakout. So this is how I sort for stocks with lots of momentum and large upside, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.